there, but I mean, I said liberals, but it's like kind of true. Like look at the feminist movement, look at women's marches, my body, I can do whatever I want, sexual revolution, I can sleep with as many men as I want to, and like this is actually empowering, when it's actually quite the opposite. It's anti-empowering for a woman to do that. And like I think a large part of the feminist movement has preyed into men, which is why, you know, you said men ain't crap now. Well, do you not think like women are kind of to blame for that? Because women have been saying like, I can do it myself, that meant like feminist mentality, to where then men are like, all right, then, you know, you pay for the first date. Like, I'm not going to be that masculine man, because the whole feminist movement is telling me toxic masculinity and embracing my own masculinity is toxic. But it's really the opposite. We should be encouraging men to be a masculine man, be the provider, when that's really what women want. Because even the feminist liberal, they still want to settle down eventually, and they're still going to have a kid. But then it's a problem when the man wants to provide for the household. Like, no, I can do it myself. But then are they really being a mother and a wife? No. So it's like this whole contradiction, I think, between, if you look at first wave feminism to now, it's like a funny thing. First wave feminists did not fight for your right to be a hoe. They fought for your right to vote. Like they didn't. Because now it's been completely distorted decades later, or really centuries later, of, okay, women can sleep around and that's all of a sudden women's empowerment, but it's not.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. I mean, it just goes with free will. You can do whatever you want, to be honest. Like, it's free will. Like, yeah, there's consequence to your actions, but I can still do it. You know, like, it's
I mean, sure, like a woman could sleep with whoever she wants, a guy could sleep with whoever she wants, but I mean, a girl being guys are upfront, but they're always going to naturally, instinctually want a relationship and be with a woman, where a girl holds that power. And I feel like women nowadays more, it's the feminist side that are like, I can sleep around with whoever I want with no consequences. And I mean, that's the same thing with abortion, how that comes into play too. It's like, well, I can sleep with whoever I want. I don't want any consequences. Let's get on birth control. Let's have abortions, and I can continue to be empowered.
Who here's on birth control?
I got off.
I have medical reasons though.
I used to be, but I hopped off and I feel great.
I'm actually on hormones right now. It pills and hormones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the implant.
What is it?
Do you have the arm implant or the IUD?
Nexplanon? Okay.
Yeah.
I had the IUD for 6 years and got off of it 3 months ago. But this is really wild. Sorry, chat. I didn't have a period for 6 years of my life. And like, that's not normal. And I feel like a huge part of the birth control movement with feminism and like, you know, take control of your body is actually harming women more. I mean, it's already statistically like women are attracted to different men when you're on birth control versus off birth control. It completely rewires your hormones. And it's like, we've bought into this lie that this is empowerment when really you're harming yourself.
Yeah. I still like it though.
Like what?
My birth control. I love that.
Like,
he's like a sniper. I love him.
Who's a sniper?
My birth control?
He's like a sniper.
Because you can't get pregnant.
It's a boy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, it prevents pregnancy, but you could have lifelong.
Holy shit.
Oh, that was really loud. I mean, sure. I mean, it was invented to prevent birth, but the thing is when you get on it, you don't actually know what the side effects are to you and your attraction, you know,
also don't
your cycles.
like realize the side effects that it has on you until you get off of it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I did get off of it for like a couple months and nothing changed. I was like, I still feel depressed.
I'm one of the rare ones. Like I said,
I have
Wait, question. Oh, you're still on it, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I went off it and then I went back to get it again.
I think you have to be off of it for like a consecutive period of time. Yeah.
Like a year?
I've only been off of birth control for
it for 3 months.
I've been on it for 10 years.
I was on it for 7 years.
That's crazy. But like I said, they medically found cancer cells in me when I was younger.
Oh shit.
Wow. So I had to. But we're here. That's all that matters.
See, and I will say that there are
we're surviving.
There's certain medical conditions where birth control, estrogen, like supplements is necessary.
I'm not gonna stand up. We're gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. Okay, that was cringe. Sorry, guys.
Very.
Thank you.
But you know, like widely, it's birth control has been sold as this one size fits all. Take this pill, you're cured. 14-year-olds are going to their gynecologist and saying like, "Oh, I just got my period. Here's birth control." When I got off my birth control, my OB was like, "Are you sure?" Like totally gaslit me and telling me like I'm so not validated. She's like, "You're waiting for marriage. Like that's wild. Like, are you sure you want your period? Like this is really weird." And I just think like women have largely just been sold like this is your one size fits all. Slap on a Band-Aid. Everyone needs to go on birth control.
I mean, there's different types of birth control. Like they can actually regulate some of the ones that they put less hormones or more hormones in you. Like,
but what do you need to regulate?
Well, there's non-hormonal like IUD.
Just
that scares me. Like that's one they put in you, right?
And yeah, I was on an IUD,
Yeah.
not the copper,
They
but
can fall out,
I had
really.
I had the
That scares me
Mirena,
too.
the
Mirena,
hormonal IUD.
Can't
That
you
scares
buy
me.
birth control like over the counter?
Oh,
now?
that's-
Yeah,
I think I
there's
watched your
actually
video.
Yeah, I did a video on this. So there's this new birth control. It's hormonal birth control. It's called the O pill, and it's the first ever over-the-counter over-the-counter pill birth control. So it's just like, you know, if you were to get a pack of birth control pills prescribed, but the thing is, it's over the counter. You don't need a prescription, and you can just buy it at a drugstore. It's even going to be available in some gas stations. And here's my thing: is that is so dangerous because think of how many 13 or 14-year-old girls who may want to be sexually active, but they don't tell their parents, and so all of a sudden they don't go to the doctor's office. They just pop into a Walgreens and buy this. Think of the girls that are going to abuse it and overtake medications, and I think it's just highly unregulated and like not allowed, but it's being pushed because like this is accessible for underserved communities. But I mean, it's been proven that underserved communities and you know, poor areas, that's where Planned Parenthood started. It's because you know, they want you on birth control and they want you to have more and more abortions so you don't actually get pregnant. And it's the younger you are, the younger you start it. I mean, there's girls literally getting on birth control now at 11, 12, 13.
I mean, I would rather be in birth control than like have a child, low key.
So
You
you're
could
saying
just have safe
is your
sex.
toxic ex-boyfriend just blasting? Is that what you're saying?
No, but I'm just saying, like,
You can be honest.
even if he does it,
What happened yesterday?
oh my gosh, that
What? I'm just saying. You said you don't want to have a kid. You're on birth control. I'm just assuming.
yeah. I mean, later on, yes, but not right now. Like,
No blasting.
Oh, what does that mean? Like,
I'm not
what
gonna
the-
say it, but connect the
See?
dots.
No.
Well, I'm
like,
trying
like,
to, I'm
I
trying to
still
be
need to
tactful.
like be
You,
protected
like-
like as much as I can. You know, like you never know. Like, stay safe, guys. Stay safe.
Well, sure. If you're like if you're sexually active,
Yeah.
but if you're not, and
I mean, my parents never educated me in like safe, like what sex was and like birth control and all stuff. They never did, and I wish they did, so I could actually go with them, you know, to like actually get something, you know, together or something like that. I had to like ask my friends, you know, like I had to like find out about sex in the playground on like elementary school. Like it was crazy to me.
I think natural cycles and that's wild.
That's wild, yeah, and
Playgrounds?
It's like I don't like that, you know, like.
I think what's crazy is that women don't actually know that you can only
What,
get
on the
pregnant.
fucking monkey bars? You guys were talking about that shit? What the fuck?
No, it was like this grass area because I was like,
oh, the grass, the meadow.
meadow.
They
was-
eventually educate
so
you about it
romantic.
in like
Yeah.
middle or high
In
school.
eighth
though.
grade.
Yeah, 8th grade.
I got it in like.
But
sixth
it
grade.
wasn't like, oh my god,
You got
into
what?
depth of like.
I got educated about.
Oh, I
sex
thought-
in
Sex ed.
I heard-
sixth
I-
grade.
Well,
I
sex
thought-
ed now is starting like
Yeah.
freaking.
But I went to private
5-year-olds.
school, so they teach you sex ed differently. Actually,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
But
I mean, public school sex ed is like just.
Is it when a man and
Scary.
a woman they love each other very much,
yeah, they like emphasize like make sure you're married, make sure you're married.
and they just they hug each other,
happens.
and they hold it,
And when they love each other so much, a baby comes out.
and then 9 months later the stork
Stork comes.
delivers
Stork.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the thing about birth control, though, is women can only get pregnant 3 to 5 days out of the entire month. So
Yeah.
why are we medicating ourselves
Yeah.
for 365 days a year when we can really only get pregnant 3 to 5 days? So if you just track your cycle properly, don't
You
have
know
sex
what?
those days.
I agree.
Of course I'm being safe. I pull out.
Of course. So that I agree with you. I actually think like five days out of the month,
Yeah.
that's when you wear the condom.
What? No. Oh my gosh.
Pull out game strong.
Brian, no.
What? Huh?
You just don't do it those 5 days. You've got,
That
you've
is
got
true.
25
You know what?
other days in the month.
Oh, oral sex is what you're telling me. I'm sorry.
My cousin did that. She didn't use birth
Can't
control at
get
all.
pregnant
She
that
used
way.
this thing where it tells you when you're fertile.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole thing. Like it's like this thing where
Did it have the
tells you-
temperature gauge?
or something like that?
Because if you check your temperature, there's a whole thing about body regulations called natural cycles.
She did that, and that's how she got pregnant.
Yo,
Yeah,
Did
that's
you
also
know-
how you get pregnant.
There's also this thing like the year, like if you're a Taurus, if it's the month of April,
Oh, no.
you actually can't get pregnant in that month. It's a
Yeah,
thing.
if the moon isn't risen
Because
and it's like
you're
full moon.
like
the sun's setting.
you're being
I tried
protected.
that before and I didn't
by the
get
Taurus
pregnant.
energy.
Whoa. It's a
Well, it's true.
thing.
oh my god.
And it applies to
Like,
every month.
I'm
So if you're
kidding.
fucking Aries, whatever the fuck month that is, you're good to go. You don't need. Okay, I don't.
What?
I'm joking.
All right.
That's a bad joke. Okay, we have to wrap up here in about.